Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here with the Recreation Report. We're during our fall break where schools are out. Everybody's kind of taking a breather, and at this point when we are usually about halfway through with our fall sports programs, which is our football and cheerleading, and we end up playing about 8 games a year, and we're about halfway through with that, and our fall baseball and softball season and our soccer season. And so those seasons are about halfway done. We'll run through the end of October, so about 2 or 3 more weeks, and then we'll have our countywide tournament, which will be for our community bowl. I think this is our 18th year with our community bowl, which is the top teams in the Loganville, Monroe, and Social Circle, Walnut Grove. They'll come in and they'll play a county football tournament. And then we'll crown the champion in our 4 divisions. And that's going to be the first week of November. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to have a whole lot of all-star events this year. A lot of counties around us and throughout the state have not participated, either through lack of participation or through the COVID. They just haven't had leagues that have been very successful. Fortunately, our league has been, so far, been very, very well attended, and no problems to report at this time with any of our activities. Our cross-country team has just about finished their season as well. I think we have a few participants that are going to go on to a statewide event in Morgan County. But our first year for cross-country was had rave reviews. Everybody really enjoyed it, and I look for it to be a growing program next year. A couple of new projects that are going on in Walton County. First is the splash park that's in between. The splash park, we've also included pickleball courts, a dog park, and then we will eventually put a nature trail, and then throughout the surrounding area in between. It's right across from the fire department and the DMV. So that project should be winding up here by probably mid-November at this point. Obviously, we will not be opening up the splash park until it warms up next summer, but the other things, hopefully by the first of the year, we'll have that one completely done, open for the dog park and the pickleball. So that's great. And the secondary project that we have is the South Walton Community Center. We've already had the groundbreaking for that, and the construction will get started within the next 30 days or so. I believe November 2nd we're having our first meeting with the contractor that's coming in, and then they're going to start doing the grading. So probably take about a year for that to be completely done, but we're looking forward to adding our third community center to the mix, so we can provide some of the traditional or non-traditional recreational events like the exercise programs, the exercise classes, the senior aerobics classes, and meeting rooms. We'll have all of that there at South Walton. It also includes a walking track around the pond down across from South Walton Park, and then they're going to fix the pond itself as well. So it's going to be a complete recreational area down that South Walton, the athletic complex, and now the community center. So it's a very good improvement for all of our park systems in Walton County. We look forward to getting those projects done, and then we look forward to our basketball season, which has improved. Last year we had around 1,000 kids that participated in basketball, and the numbers are down a little bit. We had to limit the number of spectators that were able to come into the gyms just because of the size of our facilities. You know, they're more for recreational use, so we have 4 and 5 rows of bleachers, unlike high schools that may have 20 to 25 rows of bleachers where they could separate. So we had to limit some of the spectators that were able to come, and I believe that limited some of the people that wanted to participate in our program. But this year we're right at around 650, which is a good number for us to be able to provide a safe program for all the kids that want to participate, and that's ages 5 through 18. So we'll get started with that at the 1st of November, and then they'll start playing games just after Thanksgiving, and then we'll end up at the end of February with our basketball program, and then our spring activities will start. So it's just a non, we have very few gaps in our programs. We normally take off the spring breaks, the fall breaks, the Christmas breaks with some of our activities to let everybody have family time and be able to travel and do what they want to do. And that's what we're in right now. But we will get geared back up here towards the end of October. So as always, as I end each show, sportsmanship starts at home. And we've had a great year so far. So stay safe, get to our community centers, and stay healthy. Thank you very much.
As people, we're just curious about how things work. We want to get closer and more involved to see the inner workings. Welcome to A Look Inside. Join us as we take a closer look at people, places, and things, and what makes them work.
It's an old college town founded in 1839. The college was founded in 1837, and the city and the college have worked together hand in hand all these years.
Well, I think we're on campus property belonging to Emory University, and Emory preceded the city by about 3 years, 1836. It was 1839 the city was chartered as the city of Oxford, named after Oxford, England, because that's where John Wesley went to school. And John Wesley, of course, was the founder of the Methodist Church. And everywhere you go in Oxford, you'll find a street named after somebody that was a Methodist, probably a Methodist bishop. And they were all men at that time, so you won't find any streets named after ladies for that reason. But you see here a pine tree. Oxford is a tree city. It's been a tree city for 15, 16 years now. Very proud of that. We have a tree board. It's very active in maintaining the trees and replacing those that have to be replaced, as well as looking after our parks areas. Things that the average person wouldn't know about Oxford, I would suggest, is its connection with the Methodist Church, and the fact that Oxford was named a shrine city by the Methodist Church, first city to be so named. And we have a marker in front of City Hall commemorating that designation. And then in the old cemetery, there are lots of bishops are buried there, including the first president of Georgia Tech. He actually came from Emory to be the first president of Georgia Tech, and he's buried over there.
Oxford is a wonderful place. I love it a lot because it's such a tight-knit community. When I first came to college, I expected maybe I should go to a school with a lot of people, because I'm from a small town. But it's really nice here because you get close to everyone. I know almost everyone in my class, and all the professors are great, and it's just such a great environment. Everyone has plenty of opportunities to be involved with leadership. And yeah, I really love it.
My wife and I moved to Oxford in 1996, and we've lived here ever since. And I first became involved in government and on the board and city council in 2006. In 2008, I was elected mayor, so I'm in my 8th year of being mayor of the city of Oxford. We enjoy Oxford very much. It's a great town.
downtown Monroe, you might want to drop by the Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. They have a lot of gifts here that price ranges from $8 up, and there are many things to choose from. Here you see bracelets. They have earrings over here. They have necklaces, have pictures that people have painted. So there's just a variety of things here that you might want to look at, consider for a gift for someone. So downtown Monroe, just a block off the Court Square, come by and look at these many gifts and do your Christmas shopping early. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
Creative artists can offer you a wide range of video production. Call the experts and discuss your project today, whether it's your special event or your company. Creative Artist, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist produces this program you're watching. Call Creative Artist today, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist, they'll put you in the spotlight.
Hi, welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Just a couple of reminders for you. The Fall Fest, it will be on Halloween on the 31st. And of course in town they'll have tons of events scattered all throughout the downtown area. Here at the Arts Center we will have pop-up shops. Our pottery students are having a sale. So if you love pottery, be sure to come because several of our potters have lots of works available for sale. We'll have some other pop-up shops from a couple of our other artists. I know a wood turner and then another potter and I think jewelry, I forget what all. And then we do have a pottery workshop and it's a little monster planter. It's appropriate for all ages. So young children will need the parents' help, but it's a fun project for anybody and everybody. And that's all on the 31st. The city events, I believe, are from 9 to 3. Our events will be concentrated between about 11. So our workshop starts at 12 until about 4. So come in and see what all we have going on. Of course, the shop will be open. We'll be in between shows at that time. The regional show will be over, but we'll be installing our Christmas shop, so you might get a sneak peek at some of our Christmas items. Some of our artists are already bringing in Christmas ornaments. Some are specific to Monroe, so if you're looking for Monroe Christmas ornaments, I believe we'll have those by the 31st. Definitely by the time the Christmas shop opens. The Christmas shop will open on Thursday, I believe it's November 4th or 5th, whatever that Thursday is. And we'll have, at least 50 artists, all local, all members here with items available for purchase. Most items will be $35 and under. So great stocking stuffers and gifts. Unique, thoughtful, one-of-a-kind, artisan-made by our members here. And like I said, we'll have at least 50 artists represented in the gallery in the shop at Christmas time. So you will love it. And that's what we have going on. So come and see us, pick up a class list. We always have things going on here, trying to recruit new teachers. So let me say that real quick. If you're an artist, if you have experience teaching, or if you're just an artist who loves what you do, has a little bit of expertise and could teach others, any kind of arts and crafts, from photography, painting, anything, collage, anything that you can think of that's arts and crafts, give us a call here. We have a worksheet that you can fill out to help you figure out what you want to teach and how you want to teach it, and I'll email that to you. So call us 770-207-8937. Visit us on the web at monroewaltonarts.org. We also have a pottery workshop coming up on the 24th. It's a vase or a utensil holder. I have one. I'm using it as a utensil holder in my kitchen, and that's on Saturday, the 24th. Again, you can pick up all the information here. You can see it on our website, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Here are some of the events that will be coming up October the 24th and October the 31st. And then here are the classes that are going to be offered.
Yeah, music has been number one thing for me. I don't want to honestly do anything else. Guitar, it's more than like a hobby. It's what I do when I'm bored. It's what I do to make some extra money. It's what I hope to continue doing. When I started getting, halfway decent, there's nothing else I want to do. There's nothing else really compares how I spend my time.
She's got eyes that burn like flames. She's got ears that feel like acid rain. She's got a love that hurts like pain. She's got eyes that burn like flame. And sometimes she gets me so down. But I know sometimes I'll come around. And it's only temporary. Sometimes, Lord, she makes me feel down. And I know I had my chance. And I don't know if she feels the same. And she looks at me and smiles, says everything's okay. She won't be the one that got away.
music, and that really influenced my playing. And then things like Ryan Adams, kind of alternative country almost songwriting, really influenced the direction I went in. And then guys like Joe Bonamassa and John Petrucci, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani really influenced how I started to get a little bit more sophisticated in my playing. And all that together kind of made who I am as a musician, I suppose. A lot of odd influences that don't necessarily seem to fit together, but then I somehow ended up making it into something that hopefully people will enjoy and like listening to as much as I enjoy making it.
Welcome to another edition of Through the Camera. I'm your photographer, Daryl Everidge. Join me today and tag along as I visit people, places, and things. So grab the family, let's grab a camera, and let's go grab some memories. And we're off. Today our destination is Hard Labor Creek in Rutledge, Georgia. We meet up with Park Ranger Phil, who's going to tell us all about dragonflies.
Everybody, welcome to Hard Labor Creek State Park, and thanks for coming out today. Well, the park wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Civilian Conservation Corps. This park was actually made in the 1930s, and this lake was built sort of as a filter lake for the bigger lake on the park, Lake Rutledge. But the Civilian Conservation Corps was a program under Franklin Roosevelt during the Great Depression, which put young men back to work, and they built a park here. And it was a very depressed area. This was old agriculture land. It wasn't very productive. Most of the topsoil was gone. So they built a park.
It's nearly impossible to capture the beauty of the dragonfly next to the water. To point and focus, it wasn't easy to keep up with these little creatures, but they were beautiful.
Well, they've got an interesting body plan. They've got 4 wings. They've got a really strong thorax, which is where the muscles are that control how they fly. And they've got kind of long bodies, and they're always pretty brilliant colors. There's a few that are more drab, but one of the cool things about dragonflies is they come in several different colors, blues and greens, and mixes of blacks and blues and greens and yellows. They're very fast. Predators. They can fly about 25 miles an hour. They can hover, which a lot of insects can't do. So they could sit in one place and hover. And they've got eyes that can see almost 360 degrees around them.
Oh, we've had a ball. Very educational. Love it. Have you had fun?
Wow, it's been a fantastic day today. Let's take a look back through the photo album. What a great trip. Thanks for tagging along. Learned a lot about dragonflies. That's this week's edition of Through the Camera. I'm your photographer, Darrell Everidge. Till next time, remember this weekend, grab the family, grab a camera, and go out and grab some memories. Welcome to another edition of Through the Camera. I'm your photographer, Darrell Everidge. This week we head out to the local airport to meet up with a special pilot of a DC-3. This is the American Airlines flagship plane.
The airplane was built during the latter part of 1936, and it went to American and was delivered to American in early 37 and actually went to work for American March the 2nd of 1937. It is the oldest DC-3 still flying out of the 14,000 built. It is a real honor to fly the airplane, and you don't want to break it. People ask me how the DC-3 is to fly, and I say slow. That's the short answer. Then they say, well, really, what's it like? And I say, in the air, the DC-3 is a refined and distinguished old lady. But on the ground, it's the Wicked Witch of the East. Because there's no nose wheel steering like they have in modern airplanes. And the airplane functions as a weather vane on the ground. Any little wind makes it want to turn around into the wind, and you have no steering other than the throttles, which are spinning 1,200 horsepower engines up and down is a pretty awkward way to guide something on the ground. So it's a little awkward on the ground for people who don't have a lot of experience in it. But it has served the aviation world well for 76 years now.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of Through the Camera. I'm your photographer, Darrell Everidge, reminding you, go out this weekend and have some fun. Grab the family, grab a camera, and go grab some memories.
This is Paul Mullins. I'm out here at Between, and this is the new water park that is going up. As you can see right here in the camera, that there's going to be a lot of parking here, and then we'll swing over to where the actual water park is. They've got this just about completed. The kids will have a lot of stuff to do here at the water park, and then there's a pavilion over here. I think they're going to, the restrooms will be here, and I think they'll have snacks that you can get. And then over in the background are going to be the pickleball courts. I think there's 2 of those or so. So this is going to be a really an upgrade for Walton County to have this little water park here. And I'll take a few more shots here. Kids should have a really good time here in the water park. And then, as you can see, there's the fire station with the flags flying, and there's where you can get your driver's license, Department of Motor Vehicles. So it's situated in a real neat place here. And then we'll swing on around and you can see the pavilion here where the restrooms are and where they'll have snacks and all for sale. So we'll give you an update later. This is October the 17th, so we'll give you another shot later on in the month or in November so you can see how things are coming along. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
The last general election.
The last general election.
This year?
Last year anyway, the last election.
Last year. Last year, yeah. I always vote.
I voted the past election.
I voted for the Republican Party the last election.
Conservative. Yeah.
Pretty much Republican. Republican.
Democrat.
I'm moderate Republican.
I don't have a party, just the candidate for the job, the best candidate. Well, as long as you're an American citizen and have lived here long enough, I agree with that.
I don't think it should be mandatory. I think that everyone should, have the option to vote. I encourage people to vote, but I think it should be your decision.
Sound pretty good. Yeah, everybody should vote anyway. Everybody should vote.
Not a fan.
Oh, mercy. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with making people have to get out and make that call. If they wanted to do it, they already have the right to do so now.
I don't agree with it.
I don't like it because the way it makes it sound is he's wanting all the illegals that are already here that have no rights to be here. He's going to force them to vote too. And who are they going to vote for?
Welcome to another edition of Through the Camera. I'm your photographer, Daryl Everidge. We're out at Conyers today, out at the International Horse Park, where we're going to experience some model trains that you can ride on. This is very interesting stuff. We ran into Peter, an old friend of mine, who's really into this stuff. He's got his own train.
I knew from the time I was a little kid, just introduced to trains, that this was something I wanted to do. I figured out when I was 9 years old how I was going to save my allowance and build one. That didn't happen. I was 30 until I started, and between wife, kids, job, whatever, it took me 15 years to build my engine and train that I've got now. But I've got two sons and a daughter. She could care less, but my sons, they love it. We go home covered. You see my face got a little soot on it already. We've been just running for a couple hours this morning, and they'll do the same. We go home dirty, nasty, and love every second of it.
Coming down the railroad track. Look yonder coming down the railroad track. That's the orange blossom special. I'm gonna bring my baby back. And I'll lose in New York.
North Georgia Live Steamers. We've been in existence since 1981. We've started as just kind of a historical group. People really enjoy building the locomotives, playing with trains. These are just kind of the ultimate trains to play with. They're big. They operate. They're actually fully functional miniatures of the real thing. This, like any other hobby, is you can spend as much as you want. You can spend as little as you want. Some guys are into building the infrastructure, building bridges and the steaming areas and welding and fabrication stuff. They don't want to build an engine or a train. There are some guys, they'll spend $65,000 on a locomotive. I probably have less than $5,000 in mine, but I was able to do a lot of the work myself. Kind of a scrounged materials that people are throwing away. And so started with a set of plans. There are some castings. Had to do all the machine work myself, but sky's the limit.
The main thing is we enjoy the hobby, and so we want other people to enjoy it. And we've also picked up new members since we have been running up at the horse park once a year. And I just think the people enjoy it. I mean, we've had I understand it's already been 100 people that have ridden, so that's a good turnout. And there comes some more.
This is awesome. My dad's part of this, so this is really great. This is amazing. I've been watching to do this for a long time, so it's really amazing.
Welcome to the Georgia Aquarium. This is a great place. If you want to bring your kids, bring your family, this is a great place to come. Plenty of fish and sea life here to see, but a warning, if you haven't eaten, do that before you get here, because every foot of this place smells like Captain D's. Smell it. It's like shrimp, fish.
That's why I take lots of pictures. I better get off before my mom knows how good I am at moving sidewalks before I put to work.
that's because they're related to sea anemones and coral, not fish. Jellies, anemones, and coral belong to a phylum of animals known as cnidarians.
Welcome to another edition of Through the Camera. I'm your photographer, Darrell Everidge, and behind me, you can see it's the Ferris wheel here in Atlanta. We're going to get on top and see how far we can see once we're up there, sky high in Atlanta. So go grab the family, grab a camera, and let's go grab some memories. Alright, so the nerves has kicked in. We're on the Ferris wheel. They're stopping it every few seconds, letting other passengers on. So we're one of the first ones to get on. So this is going to take a few minutes. It goes around 4 revolutions, and each revolution, I timed it before I got on, is 2 minutes. So, you know, we're going to be on here for a few minutes while they let people on and off. So that adds to the time, and we're pretty high up, and I'm getting kind of nervous.
Located at the south end of Centennial Park in downtown Atlanta, you'll find this giant Skyview Ferris wheel. It's set up to thrill everyone. I was a little apprehensive to get on, but once the ride started, it was amazing. This Ferris wheel is almost 20 stories high, and you get to see all of downtown Atlanta and the surrounding area when you're on the very top. It's amazing.
Out here we ran into a lot of other street musicians. We had a lot of some positive interactions with the other musicians and some negative. We had a negative response from the police at first, but eventually they got used to us, and we've actually befriended a lot of them. My friend was playing the Bad Boys Cops theme and got a lot of you know, I guess that won some of the police over, but it's been a pretty interesting experience. It's lucrative. You can make a living off of it. And yesterday, yeah, we made at least $200 yesterday.
Wow, it's been a fantastic day today. Let's take a look back through the photo album.
Wow, it's been another great adventure. Thanks for tagging along. We've had fun doing all the great things we do every weekend. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching all these episodes of Through the Camera. Till the next time, I remind you to grab your family, grab a camera, and go out there and grab some memories. Welcome to another edition of Through the Camera. I'm your photographer, Daryl Everidge, and today, tag along as we visit people, places, and things. So go grab the family, grab a camera, and let's go grab some memories.
I'm a road runner, honey.
And we're off. This week we visit a local library and we meet up with Ken and Zach, a team that bring along all their reptile friends. Now this should be fun, frightening, and a little educational.
Alright, well today we're doing our Reptile Wrangler stage show. The kids are going to see an assortment of reptiles, 7 in total. Well, we have a tarantula, which is mildly venomous. It's a tame animal. We've used it dozens of times. And we also have the giant snake, which can crush you, cannot kill you, eat you, but it can certainly hurt you that way. And of course the alligator, and its mouth is taped shut for safety reasons, but if it were to bite, it could break your hand or twist it off.
The reptile wranglers Ken and Zach wooed the crowd. The kids loved the reptile program. I think the best part was when everyone was leaving, they had a chance to meet and greet, up close, a snake. Smiles were everywhere. So what was your favorite part about the show?
Oh, it was great. I loved it. It was so good, I'd like to have a birthday party done. Oh, I thought it was wonderful.
Good.
You want to talk to
What was the scariest part?
The alligator. Actually, I like the whole animal. The whole thing. I liked it. I liked it very, very much.
Tell us some of your favorite parts.
I like when he took out the snake and it wrapped around his arm, but I got really scared though. But it's also fun.
Wow, it's been a fantastic day today. Let's take a look back through the photo album.
Creative Artists can offer you a wide range of video production. Call the experts and discuss your project today, whether it's your special event or your company. Creative Artist, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist produces this program you're watching. Call Creative Artist today, 770-267-7368. Creative Artist, they'll put you in the spotlight.
Whether you think about it or not, music is a part of our lives. And for Tracy Stever, music is her life. Recently, I had the opportunity to stop by Stever Studios and talk to Tracy about how important teaching music is to the next generation.
I worked for Primerica, and my boss allowed me to have a little side room. So after work, I'd work 9 to 5 as the office manager, and I'd get off and I'd have a few students come up to the office. I had about 3, and over time, a couple years, it just grew, and then I had 5, and then I had 10. And then I met my husband, and he said, why don't you quit that office job, and why don't you just go for it and just do music, since that's really your passion. So I got in touch with Sadie Krozik, and she leased me a couple rooms over here around the back of City Hall. And at that time, I brought on a few more teachers, and we just kept growing and growing, and now we're probably up to about 80 students, and we've got about 6 other teachers that teach here besides myself. Oh, I mean, we have some serious talent here in Monroe. It's just amazing. A lot of, piano players are my specialty, where a lot of my kids really shine. When I was growing up, music was my life. Coming from a broken home, it was something that I could always turn to, that was always there for me. And I can't imagine my life without music. I'm a career musician. That's what I did when I was in middle school, in high school. I went to college for music education, and I just can't imagine a life without music.
Growing up in the South, I knew the value of that summer garden. A lot of us have busy lives now and can't have a garden. So if you don't want to eat out of a can, you either go pick it yourself at a farm, or you can take a short drive to the Crow's Nest.
Well, the Crow's Nest started on a whim. We decided that this end of town needed a little produce, and there are several farmers out here that we buy local from, and we just decided to come closer to them. And Kim Crow, who owns the Crow's store next door, was gracious enough to rent this for us, and we got started 4 years ago. Well, we carry a lot of seasonal, which is your local squash, zucchini, tomatoes, okra, beans, and cantaloupe, watermelons. Anything that we can find that's local, we'll get.
What really took me back was the smell. When you walk in this place, it is delicious to your nose. All of the fruits and the vegetables mixed together, it is amazing. Then when you walk through here, you see all this fresh produce, the fresh vegetables and the fresh fruit. It is amazing. I loaded up with some sweet corn and it was delicious. I'll definitely go back. This is a great place. I recommend.
The difference is freshness, and we strive to have the freshest produce in town.
We go to the market about every other day to get fresh.
Correct. And we get it local from our farmers, and the freshness has a better taste because grocery stores shelf, and that takes all the vitamins and the freshness out of it. So buying local is the best way to go. The dog is our mascot, and she's here every day. We have a lot of customers that really come to see her, not us. Her name is Raya.